Commander Forelli here. Great work, men. Thanks.
Yeah. I believe you already have my account number for the credit upload.
Harper, Commander Forelli might think you're driven solely by avarice.
Well, why else would anybody put their butt on the line for another person's politics?
All right, Harper. Your endangered posterior will be well compensated. And now for something more demanding. Commodore Sewell is waiting for you, and it's important. This crisis is not over.
Hey, wise guy. What do you want to order?
Do you have sea serpent sperm and algae mint sorbet?
Hey, knock it off. We have exactly 3 different menus here for our grilled fish entrails.
What do you mean you have 3 different ones, my little seahorse?
One for a small portion, one for medium, and one for large.
Oh, how large is large?
Well, if you were going on a trip to the Sea of Aquanox, and you ate a large order of fish innards, you wouldn't need to take any food with you.
Really? That large?
The way it lies there in your stomach, you'll sure think so.
So, you're Dopamine Harp's boss, huh? How's he doing? Sometimes I think it'd be easier to ride a freaked out killer shark than to hang out with Harper, you know?
As long as you keep feeding him credits, he's fine. He said you might be able to explain the defenses at the Parliament to me.
Yeah? What's going on there? Something to do with the Admiral? Hell, I don't think he's wrong. Let him have his coup. Those nuts in the New Line are the ones I'm worried about.
This isn't political. I'm a friend of the Admiral, and I'm trying to keep him from screwing up and getting himself killed.
That's good enough for me. Here's what you should know. There's a frigate named the Odysseus that you need to keep an eye on. If you have to crack it, attack from the top. The ground cannons are another problem. They target ships with unknown signatures, which means they may target Cox himself. If you're worried about him like you say you are, I'd take out those cannons first.
Flint, I just landed a job. Hey, I should get some extra credits as a commission. Am I good or what?
Stay cool. That dopamine is playing rock and roll on your brain, Harp. What's the job?
You ever hear of a company named Neotech? They produce nothing but crap that nobody needs. Anyhow, the situation in Neo Freakinopolis is so dicey that the CEO is afraid to make the trip to the office on his own. He's looking for a bodyguard, and he's willing to pay enough to suffocate us in credits.
Sounds easy. No hitch?
Nope. Pick the guy up at the dock, drive him to his office, then rake in the credits. Hey, by the way, how do you castrate a miner from the tornado zone? You give his sister an uppercut to the chin.
I suppose you are my escort?
Yes, sir.
You are an opposing figure, but I detect a certain brutality in your mannerisms.
That certain brutality might come in handy if we're attacked by pirates, sir.
Well, by the way, I don't appreciate conversation when I'm traveling.
That's fine with me. I wouldn't want you to put me to sleep at the helm anyway.
Are you a lout?
Keep talking and you'll find out in about 10 seconds.
All right, enough. I'll take my own scout. You follow at a discreet distance.
Someone's waiting for you in the bar. An old acquaintance from Gibraltar, Werner von Punch. He has the official status of an observer and officer.
You mean he's acting as an informer for you?
You know, I really do enjoy your candor, Flint.
It saves time. I'll talk to Punch. In the meantime, you come up with a plan that gets Admiral Cox out of this mess in one piece. As agreed.
I would never break my word, unless the state of affairs demanded I do so.
Then you better hope they don't.
I've just talked to our lovely client. He says the scout following us doesn't belong to him. Maybe we should be a bit concerned.
Flint! I thought that scout was one of your men. I'd never seen it before. Freak out.
Oh, a radio message for Grice. Payback? They seem to have differences with their boss. The majority of their weapons are aimed at him. Follow the marked object.
Flint, damn it! Can't you see I'm under attack? You worthless bum! Entire company. They don't moan about bad pay and working conditions. things from me now. I'm already more than fed up with the price I have to pay. Take your money and get out of here before I change my mind.